Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Crew 2 in part 87 by finishing up in USB Tour next. This is it, viewers. The fifth and final round is about to go to Firesky as a grand finale. After 4 races has now come together to be on the lineup in session and go with 2 types with standard and endurance, is all about to go faster on the main course around in Motorflix Arena. This was to be prepared after a lot of good excitement competition to be racing with Alpha Grand Prix race cars. We'll put up to the test and get down to have the last 2 events. We'll be moving up onto the 5th round. One for the standard and endurance. We'll have to give it all I got, as I'm about to choose for the last 2 Alpha Grand Prix prototype vehicles. We'll go for the Proto Alpha Mark X is gonna have to take the standard one, and the Globe Motorsport will be proceed to go reserve in endurance. It all comes down to this. The 5th and final round of the USB Tour Next is now coming together to be finishing up on normal difficulty, and then this will be coming back again soon. We'll be placed up to go on hard and ace difficulty any way I can. Then let's begin, and here comes the track layout on this cutscene, you guys. This will have to go for the early morning and start for a standard race in grid lap before the countdown begins in 3 seconds and wait until the green.
This is it, the final race of this year's US Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix for making this all possible. Their vision and investment have been just unparalleled in the world of motorsport. So here's looking at many more years of their involvement with the USST.
And so it all begins. Last race in Firesky has now come together to be on the lineup in order. Just to see how I did so far out there to have a good race around in Motorflix Arena after the first race was Future of Speed, 2nd, Vertigo, 3rd, Into the Deep, 4th, the Great Equalizer, and here I am right now. It's about to go on Firesky as the final round of the stage to go for standard and endurance. We'll have to give it all I got. But this will have to take the last 2 Alpha Grand Prix race cars. Will have to be put up to the test and give it more speed, competitive, and strategize to go with some corners to be on the elevated around the track. I can't think about Into the Deep is much more awesome and amazing to have a good run when entered to the Underwater 2. Along with the Great Equalizer, just perfectly to have a good race as a roller coaster along with Vertigo and Future of Speed is a good stage of well introduction. But the Firesky on this track is more awesome, challenging, and go extreme to have the final corner will be take on in the 90-degree angle will be go to the left. So what comes up and go faster, down I go, and then the final corner to be passed on to the last 2 checkpoints before at the end of the first lap. Already clear and moving up in lap number 2. This is so very awesome to enjoy. After all the previous Live Summit event, including the Best Of, to be in the same title of the USB Tour Next, along with Into the Storm Best Of and Blizzard Rush for the same title name. That will have to take a good skillful to see some favorite moments with your Alpha Grand Prix race car to have some standard livery variation, or your own personalization to have some vanity themed design. But what else, something else to go for competitive to have everything I've been planned for do this on myself? Just make a good focus, then final line around the track at Motorflix Arena is all about to give a good speed, competitive, and have the possible objective to be finishing into the top 3 by entered in normal difficulty. But hey, I'll have to come back at any time and race it again on hard and ace difficulty. This will be put up to the test and give a real challenge if you're about to go solo as a crew or working together, just to see how you can actually to be racing around in Motorflix Arena. We'll be doing more awesome and give a good teamwork to give a good speed of excitement. So it's about to get cleared to be proceed onto the 3rd sector, progression in 61%, before coming up to have the last and final corner before the suction zones. We might have to go amp up the speed to be on the inside and outside to keep it well careful. And there goes the 90-degree angle to have a good solid line on speed. Final lap, and here I go. We'll be going on the main stop reminder to be at 80%. Just have to keep it careful. This will have to take a concentration, and few other opponents are about to have a little bit more challenging, troubling situation. but it will have to take time, and then the endurance will have to be saved later on before in the meantime. Alright, that's good for the inside. Now for the chicane of death.
I'll tell you what, a track like this is a dream come true for a racing fan. I spent my childhood building slot car sets, imagining what the future of racing might be. And here, today, hey, I really feel like I'm looking at it. Hope you are too.
I'm very sure I am happy. This is going to be a very good, entertainment because of the USST organizers' biggest dream and ambition to have a good race, and the island itself is all about to have a good reserve speed for the Alpha Grand Prix race car. Just almost there to have this one part of the race to go standard, and then endurance will have to wait on standby by using the proto concept. Globe Motorsport will have to take some vanities to be equipped and give it more style and more speed to have a good style of competitive. Final turn clear and take it to the finish line. There you go, and excitement to have a good total time in 3 laps by 4 minutes and 50 seconds by a decimal in .037. That should do very well to be superb, and more excited to have some loop parts to be received to be stored into the stock and the mailbox. But it's not over yet. Just have one more to go and grab the different Alpha Grand Prix race car is all about to have the last best of the pick. Just have to go onto the map and quick travel to, but you know, just have to be quick back in and then switch it into endurance is all I need to be reminder. Alright, this will have to do the last part and go for the proto concept. Globe Motorsport 2023 will be adding up with some theme amenity, including with the same name outfit on the tire. Max per level on the Nitro Chemist is all set in 340, 1117 horsepower and top speed 285 miles per hour to get things to go work perfectly, and embrace to go for the 10 lap endurance will give it all I got. Endurance is about to have the last part, and here comes for the real challenge. As I will do my best, we'll be starting out to go counting up by the laps around in Firesky, and same as ever to be in the nighttime. Let's begin with the countdown in 3, 2, 1, and we're off.
This is it, the final race of this year's U.S. Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix for making this all possible. Their vision and investment have been just unparalleled in the world of motorsport. So here's looking at many more years of their involvement with the USST.
Alright folks, first lap is coming in. So I have to be on the lookout. The corner is about to be very tricky when using the proto concept. Globe Motorsport is all about to have a good balance and handling to make a good precision. But also yet, chicane of dead to go crossing in and make it much more clear to be exactly to have the stopping progression point to be at 14% before at the end of the first lap. So I have to be counting up by the numbers and see how the racing line will be embraced to give a good excitement, and go for the full nitro will be amped up at the ready. But braking is much more important, so I have to use it very wisely and just have to keep a good careful to stay balanced on the grip. Early morning comes in, and that will give a good grand finale for the second part, and the endurance is going to have to take a good progress for the Alpha Grand Prix to go maxed out at 100% complete. Just have to take it slow, and third sector comes in by the arrival. Inside and outside of the section zones, just have to keep it wisely, and then the first lap after the final corner will be take the 90-degree angle. Let's do the GPS to be expanded and go to the 14% and entered lap number 2. Alright, a few other drivers is coming in, and one of them in last place is now going back on track. So I have to keep a good surveillance. It looks like other 2 drivers is going off the track by having some situation, might need to call out the yellow flag signal. Just have to keep my guard. Chicane comes back in and dive in swooply. Okay, very nice. And respond on the brake. Just like using the same proto concept in Sparrow competition for a different variant type. Let's take it slow and have the upper hill platform to be elevated up. And wait until the downhill, we'll have to go faster up to be maintain balanced speed. Okay, that's 25% progression complete. Just almost there before finishing up lap 2. There we go. Make that suction speed to go in and quickly to be solid reflex.
Here's a fun fact. The fastest speed ever recorded in a competitive racing event was 372 kilometers per hour. Until today. These drivers are blowing that record out of the water. So hats off to them.
Okay, other drivers are doing okay, and Dirt Lab is in current progress to be at 31%. It's coming along nicely, so I still got everything to be worked up, and monitor surveillance during the scene is all about to give a good masterpiece of perfection. Just have to keep a good speed up on the 7th gear and go by over around in 250 miles per hour. Next corner as usual to keep a good speed and suction zones to go by the triple. So I had to hold on to myself. Next corner is coming back in and slow as ever to stay remain on gear 4. Just like having a different style of the Formula 1 race event, and close as ever to have a good future of speed in the 21st century is all about to have much more strategized to get things to go shape up and make it like a true Alpha Grand Prix racer. So almost there before at the end of the dirt lap. Progression is stopped at 42%. Get that speed nitro up and go to the 4th lap. Alright, there we go, and here comes the hairpin on the double session. First one on the right, and the second in the left. This will have to give a good time of notice. 5 minutes have passed, and currently on session to be in the 4th lap until lap number 6. We'll have to keep a good watchful eye out to be exactly on the main surveillance until the foggy condition is about to be changed up to go for the intense part. So I have to keep on my guard. This race is about to be changed up on the weather condition during a nighttime. Halfway there on 50%, give the suction zones and go triple on the speed. Come on, just have to go in there and almost by a minute in the total gap. This will go Trailblazer. But here comes the rain. Better watch myself. It's about to get slippery on the track, so I have to keep a good full-on traction to stay in the grip. And there goes Victor in position 6. Take the 90-degree angle and enter the 5th lap. That's more like it. Swoop in and overtake when the blue zone is coming in. This could get a little bit lighter out there before the wet surface may turn going heavy. That's 1 minute, 3.148 seconds. Progression in 61% during the 5th lap. Okay, easy does it, and good on the inside near at the apex. Going on the brake. Check, and solid straightaway to go short curve. Okay, there's Jane in 5th place. Proto Concept Sparrow competition is going around when the blue zone is now been marked checking in. So I had to expect lookout. I'll have to let her go first, and then the downhill corner will do the exact roll on the corkscrew. Okay, a little bit more close on the contact. This might have to go face up on the suction zones and make it more speed to go extended. Alright, just like that. And hold on, one driver is going off the track. Someone else might have to put him back on track. This might need to get one driver to be heading back onto the local circuit during this part of the exactly perfect competition. And easy does it to have Dana in the 4th position represent Spirit Racing for a different photo concept is well actually to go up and Handful respond to be touching up on the solid apex. Time to go boost it on the nitro, and Bryce is going exiting off the track. This could be a very challenging race in Firesky, folks. Only for the opponent. I'm still in one piece to be, say, in the 1st position. Just wait, and then going clear pass on Milton. Look at it go, and I'm still faster to go pro racing on the clean style spree. Okay, looks like the rain's still here, and wet surface is still coming around on the track. Just have to take it nice and slow, and be more reflex to keep it patient. So it looks like the 6th lap is coming in, just only have to take one more lap to go, and progression is at 84%. Whoa, that was a close one. That was literally close as I really need to be expected on the lookout when the yellow flag signal calls in. Okay, just have to take it nice and slow and gonna have to keep a good expect on the lookout. Talk about having a 1 near miss before the scratches comes in by the contact. Just might need to keep pushing until it's gonna be the final lap. Let's give it a boost, and more few corners to be coming up ahead. And there goes Lawrence in 2nd place. Let's give the French touch nitro and give a good final exit grouping on the grand finale. Keep it up and keep it go. The finish line is just right up ahead until the final lap is about to go clear at the podium. So I come this far, and this race is all about to have a good speed and excitement. It all comes down to have a good ways to be finishing up at the end. Let's go full boosted. Have the suction zones to go smaller up, and final corner at the 90-degree angle is going to take the last part comes in. Alright, there you go, and it's going to be 7-lap run around in Firesky for the total time in 10 minutes, 58.478 seconds. Now that's competition to go Alpha Grand Prix for the final stage on the Endurance for the US Speed Tour next. I kind of like it, and very close as competitive to be ever said and done. So looks like I have finally done it. US Speed Tour next is complete, and this is going to be a perfect course around in Motorflix Arena. Is all about for every Alpha Grand Prix race car and temporarily for different car classes in the Live Summit event. But after all, it's all about to have a good best moment out there to be race up and give a good dynamic condition to go either in daytime and nighttime with a chance of rain. But almost forgot one thing to have a good outcome before taking a good check on the pro racing category. So let's go to activities, and very good to have the highlight percentage in pro racing at 96%. So it looks like Alpha Grand Prix is finally done and complete, but looks like Pro Racing might need to have one more event to go, which is going to be considered to have a best part in flashback. So this will have to get down to have a good outcome and see the percentage to be well checked on normal difficulty for all 5 races with a standard and endurance for the USB Tour next. So everything's all checked and except the other difficulty to go check on the hard and ace difficulty. I really did well out there by having 5 races in Endurance Edition of the USB Tour next, just like 8 races on the USST Cities as well. But maybe I'll have to go again, and it's all about to have it going on hard difficulty and make it more promoted to become as an Ace Pro level. But the skills might need to have a requirement to be stopped at 89% is currently by ongoing, along with 98% in the touring car discipline. Photo album might have to go by the halfway mark to be exactly, and 50% might need to have the other 50% to go as a requirement. But I'll have to put that one up and give it a free time in the list along with street racing, freestyle, and off-road. But I kinda think about Motorflix Arena is the best playground for all racers out there to be driving on land-based vehicle. But it's all about having a fun moments, and drive anywhere on the course is all about to have a good moment in free time in session without having a competition of racing before the race creator comes in as the final part of the post-content update. But maybe I'll have to come back again soon, and this is the best place around in the island in the great state of Michigan along with Illinois and Chicago. I really had to congratulate myself, and this is all about to have the 5th and final race for the USB Tour next in Firesky. So I just actually well deserved to be earned it and have a good way ticket to have a good exit before leaving Motorflix Island. We'll be doing the best part for the moment. I kind of think about this place is the best racing course around on all racers. If you're about to go with street racing, dragster vehicles to have a quarter mile, drift, or any kinds of different discipline to be titled on pro racing category, along with off-roading vehicles, just to see how you can actually to be well enjoyable to give a good time in session, to be well embraced, to give everything to be planned and make your own track layout when using a race creator to have a good layout whenever you like to make your own kinds of imagination. So it's time for me to leave, and what else should I have to do next after finishing up with 5 races of the USB Tour next? But I'm down for it for having some flashback events as I'm about to go continue on forward to be take part in part 88 at the next video. So I just really had to be doing some more discovery after having some races in flashback, and then American Legends will be heading out to go for a driving adventure in America to look for some clues, discoveries, and places that I just really want to go out and explore to have a good cruising around without having a time of racing. Just for me, and this will bring out the good on for the great journey for having a one good excellent racing competition after succeeded from the USB Tour Cities and USB Tour next at Motorflix Arena. Just to see how it turns out after racing is all about to have the best time to go out for a driving adventure. This will give a good excitement to see some good place to be well explored around to have your favorite car and go anywhere by having a one good place of discovery before having a first chapter in Season 5 of American Legend into the first and second episode along with Season 9 in the first episode as well. But hey, maybe going out for the quest is all about to have some vanities and some treasures that has some cars in it. Maybe I'll have to go and explore around to have a good place to be look around to see there might be some clues around for some chapters and storylines to have some good lineup in order to be in a session. But instead, this will be a perfect moment to be ready and wrap it up until at the end of the current video before moving on in part 88 after the USB Tour next on race number 5 in Firesky. But I'm always had to be respectful to go driving on transportation before heading back to Chicago. But more importantly, driving to explore is all I need to have a good natural to be driving on anywhere and feels to be enjoyed to be racing without a competition. But going on a quest is all I need to have the best time to be looking around with some places to be driving and explore to go on the road or off-road whenever I like to pick. But I'll have to think about it after racing, but maybe the time to go in flashback is all I need to have some list of events. Might have to go for label on brand new, so I'll have to be looking forward to it. But I still have some vanity is about to go related and retro. So thank you for enjoying watching the video and the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for a notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeviantArt, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, G2 Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. We'll join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support the channel. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra will support and grow. I'll be seeing you guys next time in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again at the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.